Okay, now as you can see, my computer has finally caught up to us and it has brought me to the JSTOR page. So remember that when I was on the Schoolcraft webpage, JSTOR was another one of the videos. I think my last video got cut off for you guys, but I was just telling you I was going to come back when this loaded. And so it did let me, it gave me access. As you can see up here, it says access provided by Schoolcraft College. This is JSTOR, yet another search engine that you can use. And it's good for language and literature. So I'm going to search Harry Potter and actually, I could do that general search, but I always prefer the advanced search. So I clicked on advanced search down here so that we can really get what we need, because I like multiple search terms. So Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and I'm just going to say symbol. Okay, and I'm going to look down here and I'm going to say, okay, I really just want articles and books. And for you, if you don't have time to read through some chapters in a book, because you could just use the chapters from a book. You don't have to read the entire book, but you could also use articles as well. It's got to be in English so I can read it. And for publication date, I mean, we can enter this. I'll say from 1990 to 2020. Keep it generic there. And then as you scroll down, you can see that you can actually filter out. So you can actually select some of the specific journals that you want in JSTOR, but I'm not going to select any of those. I'm just going to say search so that I can see what comes up. And so we've got 11. Okay, so not as nearly as many as the much larger search engine, but this is something to look at here. So naming tropes and schemes. Okay, well this looks really good actually. This looks a lot. Oh, and she's talking about etymology in here, allegory, metaphors, puns, allusion. So all those things might be something that you might want to use. This looks like a pretty good source. Naming tropes. I'm not against it. Okay, and then obviously if I flip through, click on this, it's going to let you see all 9 pages of this article. If I want to cite this item, I can say cite this item here, and then this is what I want. So I'm going to copy the MLA. I started formatting this already, and I'm going to do this one on screen so you can see what I did. Okay, and then I copied and pasted this here, and that's it. So that's how you can use JSTOR in order to search for sources. You may not get as many. Now I'm going to take out symbols. I'm going to try one more time just to try to get more. And I'm just going to do Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone just to see what comes up. While that's working, okay, it came up pretty quick. So now we've got 76. And hey now, so this is something that you might want to use. The Sorcerer's Stone, a touchstone for readers of all ages. This includes why it's useful in the classroom, right? What teachers reading fairy tales. This is something that you might want to check out. I'm going to click on this. You see here, you can click on download PDF as well. Download PDF here so that you can save it to your computer and go back and read it, or save it to an additional drive. Let's just include this one as well. Why not? In the list. So I'm going to copy the MLA and then come back here. So that gives me a couple more sources to work with. Okay, so now we are here. And so what I'm going to do, so you can see that these are the sources I found in the previous video. I've already formatted them accordingly, and I've already put them in the proper order. They're supposed to be in alphabetical order for your works cited page. So just a quick reminder of that. So clearly, well, first, let's do the formatting before I adjust the order here. So, under style, so it's got to be 12. I'm using Times New Roman. And it has to be double spaced. Now, I know that you might be using Google Docs or something like that, but I'm doing this on my computer. I know it's a Mac. And so it might look a little bit different to you, but you're going to go through very similar steps in Google Docs. It's going to look very similar to you. And then I need to do the indentation. This was the tricky part for me in Pages because I hadn't done it in Pages before, but I clicked on layout and I'm doing indents, and this is from the left. And so I'm only highlighting what I want to indent. This is called hanging indentation when you have, and I did it just a 1/2 inch, when you do the first line with the author's name in it hanging off the rest of the reference citation. Okay, that's hanging indentation. So I'm going to highlight this and do the same thing over to left. I'm going to click in a 1/2 inch, and then I'm done there. So now the only other thing that I have to do that I didn't yet do is just correct this. So we got to put it in alphabetical order. And we don't need any extra spacing because everything is double spaced. And do you see what that looks like now? That's what it should look like. That's what your works cited page should look like, essentially. Okay. So everything, hanging indentation, proper MLA citations, works cited should be the title at the top that you have centered in the middle of the page using that function for alignment, and making sure that you include the access date, because remember, the EBSCO Discovery Service did not automatically include this, but JSTOR is awesome because they know you're using MLA, because that's what they specialize in, those fields that use MLA. And so they've actually included this here for you. And you can put the date. I've seen it in both ways, where I've seen accessed April 20th, 2020, or if you're using JSTOR, you can use what they've automatically put for you, which is the day before the month and the year, which is fine. Either way, I just want to see that that's there. And yeah, everything looks good, double spaced. No extra spacing in between the reference citations, but everything is double spaced. Size 0.12 font, Times or Times New Roman should be the font style that you're selecting. Alphabetical order according to the last name of the author, so on and so forth. So that when you're quoting from them, when you're quoting from these sources, then you'll have the sources here, you'll know where they are. And so I'm going to save this for you guys, and this is something that you will be able to check out as the sample works cited page in the assignment folder. So yay. All right, thanks for watching. I hope that helps.